Hello, and welcome. Tonight, you are going on a quiet winter journey. There is nothing you need to do now, and nowhere you need to be. You can let your body grow heavy, and let the day slowly drift away. Feel the weight of the blanket over you. Feel the pillow beneath your head. Let your shoulders soften. Let your hands rest. Take one slow breath in, and let it go. Then another. Easy and unhurried. Tonight, a train will carry you through the snow, through sleeping villages, through dark forests and pale moonlight. All you have to do is listen, breathe, and allow yourself to be gently carried along. It is a winter evening, and you are standing on the platform of a small train station in the mountains. The air is cold, but clean and still. When you breathe out, your breath appears in a soft white cloud, then vanishes into the night. Snow is falling in a patient, steady way. Not a storm. Not a wind. Just quiet flakes drifting down through the darkness. The platform is made of old stone, lightly dusted in white. Your footsteps leave clear marks behind you. Overhead, a single iron lamp glows with a warm yellow light, and each snowflake shines for a moment as it passes through that circle of gold before settling softly on the ground. The station is small, almost hidden in the silence of the mountains. Beyond the tracks, you can see low hills covered in snow, their shapes softened by the dark. A few bare trees stand still at the edge of the platform. Their branches hold a thin line of white. Somewhere in the distance, a church bell rings the hour. The sound is clear and gentle, moving through the cold air without hurry. Then it fades, and the quiet returns. You pull your coat a little closer around you. Your scarf is warm at your neck. Your gloves hold the heat of your hands. You are comfortable here, awake in this peaceful place, waiting for the train that will carry you into the night. At one end of the platform is a waiting room with tall windows glowing softly from within. You walk toward it, your boots making a faint crunch on the fresh snow. The wooden door is heavy, with a brass handle polished by many hands over many years. When you push it open, a wave of warmth meets you at once. Inside, the waiting room is small and quiet. There are dark wooden benches along the walls, worn smooth with age. A cast iron stove stands in the corner, and a low fire burns inside it. You hear the soft crackle of wood and the gentle hum of warmth spreading through the room. The air smells faintly of smoke, old books, and something sweet. On a small table near the stove, there is a pot of hot chocolate and a stack of ceramic cups. A handwritten note invites travelers to help themselves. You pour a cup, and steam rises in a soft ribbon. You wrap both hands around it and feel the warmth through your gloves. The first sip is rich and smooth, with a hint of cinnamon. It warms your chest and throat and seems to quiet even the smallest tired thoughts. Through the window, you watch the snow fall over the platform. The lamplight outside glows through it like a lantern seen through silk. Nothing here feels rushed. The room seems to hold a kind of peace that only winter evenings know. A few other travelers wait with you, each wrapped in quiet. A woman near the stove reads a book with a dark green cover. An older man rests on a bench with his hat tipped low, his hands folded over a small bag. A young couple stands near the far window, speaking so softly that their voices blend into the hush of the room. No one checks a clock. No one seems worried or restless. Everyone is simply waiting. You take another sip of hot chocolate. Outside, the snow grows a little thicker. The platform lamp flickers once and then steadies again. You breathe in the warm air of the room, and for a moment, it feels as if time itself has slowed and become gentler. Then, from far down the tracks, you hear a whistle. Low and distant. A beautiful sound, carrying through the snow and the dark. The woman closes her book. The old man lifts his head. The couple gathers their bags. You set your cup down on the table and move toward the window. In the distance, a small light appears, no more than a pale glow at first. Then it grows brighter. Closer. The ground beneath your boots seems to hum very faintly. You step back outside onto the platform, and the cold greets you once again. But now it feels different, because the train is coming, and with it, the long calm night ahead. Soon the light becomes a headlamp, shining through the falling snow. Behind it, the shape of the train slowly takes form. It emerges from the darkness with a quiet dignity, like something from another time. The locomotive passes first, dark and solid, breathing out thin clouds of steam that drift into the winter air. Then the carriages follow, painted deep green with fine gold trim around the windows. Inside each window glows a soft amber light. You catch glimpses as they pass. A lamp beside a curtain. A silver teapot on a table. A passenger leaning back in a seat with a blanket over their knees. The train seems warm even before it stops. The brakes release with a long, soft hiss, and the train comes gently to rest beside the platform. Steam rises beneath it. Snow settles on the roof and along the edges of the windows. For a moment, all is still. Then a door opens, and a conductor steps down. He wears a dark blue uniform with brass buttons and a cap dusted lightly with snow. His face is calm, lined kindly by weather and years of travel. You hand him your ticket, and he glances at it with an easy smile. "Cabin 7, he says in a low voice, down the corridor on the right. His tone is so unhurried that it makes the moment feel even softer, as if the journey has already begun. You step up into the carriage, and warmth surrounds you at once. The cold night disappears behind you. Beneath your boots, the carpet is thick and soft, a deep shade of burgundy woven with small gold patterns. The corridor walls are paneled in polished wood, dark and smooth, reflecting the glow of brass lamps fixed at regular intervals. The air carries the gentle scent of clean linen, old wood, and something warm from farther down the train, perhaps coffee or fresh bread. It is the kind of warmth that belongs to a place prepared with care. You pause for a moment, simply taking it in, letting the comfort of the carriage settle over you before you begin walking. The train has not moved yet. It waits in perfect stillness, as if giving every traveler time to find their place. You walk slowly down the corridor, your bag in one hand, your other fingertips brushing the polished wood beside you. Brass numbers gleam softly on each cabin door as you pass. From behind one door, you hear the faint turning of a page. From another, the soft clink of a spoon against a teacup. Each sound is small, ordinary, and comforting. The lamps along the corridor cast gentle pools of light, leaving the spaces between them shadowed and calm. There is no rush here, only the quiet order of a night train ready to leave the world behind. At last you reach cabin 7. The brass number catches the warm light. You turn the handle, and the door opens smoothly without a sound. Inside, your cabin is small, but perfectly arranged. To one side is a narrow bed made with crisp white sheets and a thick duvet folded neatly at the foot. 2 soft pillows rest against the wall beneath a reading lamp with an amber shade. Across from the bed is a large window with velvet curtains in a deep red color that almost matches the carpet outside. Beneath the window is a small table. On it sits a glass, a carafe of water, and a single wrapped chocolate. Everything looks still, clean, and welcoming, as though it has been waiting only for you. There is a brass hook for your coat, a little shelf for your bag, and a small mirror framed in polished metal. The cabin glows with a low and steady warmth, and the soft light makes the wood look almost honey-colored. You close the door behind you, and the corridor sounds disappear. At once the space becomes private and peaceful, your own small room moving soon into the night. You set your bag on the shelf and take off your coat, feeling the warmth of the cabin settle onto your shoulders. The coat hangs neatly on the hook. You unwrap your scarf, loosen your gloves, and place them beside your bag. With each small movement, your body seems to relax a little more. You sit down on the edge of the bed, and at once you feel how soft it is. The mattress gives gently beneath you. It is the kind of softness that makes you realize how pleasant it will be to rest here later, rocked by the train. You bend to remove your boots, setting them side by side on the floor. Your feet sink into the worn carpet, and you feel the last chill leaving your body. You flex your toes and rest your hands on your knees for a moment. The reading lamp glows beside you, gentle and golden. Outside the window, snow still falls over the platform, each flake visible for an instant before it disappears into the dark. You lean toward the glass and watch the station one more time. The waiting room window glows softly behind the snow. The conductor walks along the platform, checking doors, speaking quietly to another member of the train crew. Farther away, the lamp on the platform burns as steadily as a candle. Everything outside looks peaceful and slightly distant already, as if the world has begun to loosen its hold on you. Then you feel it, a low vibration rising through the carriage floor. The engine waking. A soft hum, deep and steady. A moment later, a gentle shift runs through the train, so slight you might have missed it if you were not listening. The platform begins to slide slowly past your window. The train is moving. At first, it moves almost imperceptibly, with a smooth and careful start. The station door drifts by. The lamppost. The waiting room with its firelit windows. You watch each familiar shape recede as the train carries you away from the little mountain station and out into the wide winter dark. Soon the last light of the station is behind you, and beyond it there is only open land. Snow-covered fields stretch under the sky, pale and quiet. The moon hangs behind thin clouds, bright enough to turn the snow silver. You draw the duvet over your legs and settle back more comfortably against the pillow. The train gathers a little speed, not fast, never hurried, just steady and sure. And with that steady motion comes the rhythm of the wheels on the tracks. A soft, repeating sound. Click-clack. 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 It is a sound both simple and deeply soothing. The carriage sways with it in a slow and gentle pattern, one that seems to invite your breathing to match. The motion is almost like being rocked in a cradle. You lean your head lightly against the wall beside the window and listen. The sound of the wheels, the low hum beneath the floor, the faint whisper of wind against the glass, all of it blends into a single calm song of travel through the night. Outside, a small farmhouse appears in the moonlight. It sits alone in the middle of the white field, the roof heavily covered with snow. One upstairs window is lit, and for a few moments you can see a warm yellow square moving slowly across the darkness as the train passes by. You imagine someone inside finishing the last quiet tasks of the day. Perhaps washing a cup. Perhaps closing a curtain. Then the house slips behind you, and the white fields return, open and silent. The moonlight rests on them like a veil. Your breath leaves a little cloud on the window and fades. You pull the blanket a little higher and feel yourself sink deeper into the comfort of the cabin. Every so often, the train passes a line of bare trees or a stone wall half hidden under snow. The dark shapes rise from the fields and then fall away behind you. There is no need to know exactly where you are. No need to name the hills or the farms or the little roads crossing the landscape. The train knows the way. The tracks have already been laid through all of this stillness. You do not need to guide anything, or solve anything, or think ahead. You are simply here, warm and sheltered, while the world outside lies quiet beneath winter. The thought itself is soothing. It allows another layer of your mind to become still, like snow settling softly over the ground. After some time, a village appears. It is very small, no more than a handful of houses gathered close together beside the tracks. Their roofs are white, their windows glowing dimly in the night. A single street lamp stands at the center of the village, casting a pale golden pool onto the snow. Near one house is a low fence and a gate nearly buried beneath a drift. Smoke rises straight up from 3 chimneys, thin and silver in the moonlight. The train does not stop. It simply glides past, a quiet witness to this little sleeping place. You watch the last house disappear behind a stand of trees, and then the open countryside returns once more. The whiteness outside seems endless now. Field after field lies spread beneath the moon, untouched except for the occasional dark line of a road or a distant fence. Sometimes a row of telegraph poles appears beside the tracks, marching through the snow with steady patience, each pole rising and falling out of sight as the train moves on. Their presence gives the night a gentle sense of order. Everything here has its place. The poles, the tracks, the snow, the train. Even your own quiet journey feels like part of this larger, slower pattern. You shift slightly on the bed and feel the pillows settle more comfortably behind your back. Every motion of the carriage makes it easier to relax. The land begins to change almost without warning. At first, you notice only a few dark shapes ahead, rising above the fields. Then the shapes grow larger, steadier. The mountains are drawing closer. Their outlines are soft beneath the clouded moon, but unmistakable. The train moves toward them without hurry, following a path that seems to have been carved out of silence itself. Soon the fields narrow, and small hills covered with snow rise on either side. Here and there, pines appear, their branches heavy and still. You watch the nearer slopes glide past your window, and the journey begins to feel more enclosed, more intimate, as if the night itself were gathering around the train and holding it close. The first pines come in small groups, standing beside the tracks with snow gathered deep on their boughs. Then the groups become a forest. Tall dark trunks rise from white ground, passing slowly and steadily on both sides of the train. In the moonlight, the snow on the branches glows faintly, while the spaces between the trees remain dark and calm. The train enters this forest corridor as gently as a boat entering a sheltered harbor. Outside, everything is still. No wind shakes the branches. No animal stirs nearby, only the train moves, carrying its soft lights and warm rooms through the middle of the sleeping woods. You watch the trees slide by, one after another, until the rhythm begins to feel dreamlike. Sometimes the forest opens just enough to reveal a frozen stream running beside the tracks. The ice reflects a pale ribbon of moonlight, and a fringe of reeds stands stiff at the edge, each stem dusted with white. You follow the silver curve of the stream for a while, then it disappears behind the trees again. A few minutes later, at the edge of a clearing, you glimpse a deer standing motionless beneath a pine. Its shape is delicate and still, its ears lifted toward the passing train. Then it is gone, not because it runs, but because the forest closes around it once more. The sight feels less like an event and more like part of the night's quiet generosity, offered and then gently taken back. The carriage rocks softly from side to side, and without thinking, you begin to breathe in time with it. In, out, in, out. The train seems to invite that rhythm, to carry it for you. You become aware of how comfortable you are. The warmth of the cabin, the softness of the bedding, the safe, enclosed feeling of being inside while winter passes beyond the glass. Somewhere farther down the corridor, a door opens and closes very softly. Then all is quiet again except for the wheels. Click-clack. Click-clack. You let that sound fill the spaces between your thoughts until there is almost nothing left to think about. Only the movement. Only the night. Only this gentle feeling of being carried. After the forest thins, another small cluster of houses appears. This place is even quieter than the last. Only 2 windows show light. A small chapel stands near the road, its bell tower dark against the sky. As the train passes, you think you hear a faint bell, or perhaps it is only the memory of the one from the station. The road through the village is unmarked except for 2 narrow lines where a cart or car passed earlier in the day. A porch lantern burns beside a front door, and beside it hangs a wreath made of pine branches. The scene is there only for a moment, then the chapel and the houses slide behind you and become part of the dark once more. Soon the tracks cross a low iron bridge. Beneath it, a river lies partly frozen, with dark water moving slowly between broad plates of ice. Moonlight touches the open water in soft broken lines. The sound of the train changes as it passes over the bridge, becoming a little deeper, a little more hollow for those few moments. Then the bridge is behind you, and the familiar rhythm returns. On the far bank, the snow lies smooth and undisturbed all the way to a stand of silver birches. Their pale trunks shine gently, almost blue in the moonlight. You watch them pass, and the image lingers in your mind like a quiet painting made only of winter and light. The telegraph poles return, now following the river valley. They rise and fall outside your window with such steady timing that they begin to feel like part of the train's own breathing. Pole after pole. Snowbank after snowbank. Tree after tree. Nothing about the journey demands your attention, and that is exactly what makes it so peaceful. There is no surprise you need to prepare for. No sudden turn. Just a sequence of calm and beautiful things passing through the night. You shift your hands under the blanket and feel how warm they have become. Even the glass of the window, cool at the edges, seems gentler now. The night beyond it no longer feels cold. It feels distant, soft, and deeply still. For a while, the train follows a long curve, and when you look ahead through the dark reflection in your window, you can see several carriages bending gracefully across the snow-covered land. Their windows form a line of warm golden rectangles moving through blue-white darkness. It is a beautiful sight, almost unreal, as if the train were a string of lanterns floating slowly across the earth. The curve straightens again, and the reflection of your own cabin returns to the glass. Behind it, you still see the silver fields and dark trees beyond. The two images overlap for a moment, your warm little room and the vast quiet outside, and together they create a feeling of being both sheltered and free. As the train continues deeper into the mountains, a small town appears on a distant hillside. It is larger than the villages you have passed, though still quiet and dim at this hour. A line of street lamps marks the main road. You can make out the shape of a church roof and the square face of a clock tower, faintly lit against the snow. Far above the town, one house stands alone with a single porch light glowing. The train does not go there. It follows the valley below, keeping close to the river and the dark line of pines. Yet for a few minutes the town remains visible through your window, slowly shifting position as the tracks move forward, until at last the hillside turns and the lights disappear. The valley narrows, and the mountains rise more clearly now on both sides. Their slopes are layered in shadow and snow, and the moon catches along the upper ridges where the wind has left the surface smooth. The river beside the train is broader here, and more completely frozen. It looks like a long strip of silver glass laid through the center of the valley. Every now and then, a small wooden shed or boathouse appears at its edge, half buried in snow. The train keeps to its patient pace, never rushing through the scenery, never breaking the calm. You find yourself watching less actively now, letting the landscape move past without needing to hold on to each detail. That too is restful. Ahead, a tiny station comes into view. It is little more than a platform, a wooden shelter, and one lamp burning in the snow. The train slows as it approaches, though only slightly. There are no waiting passengers. No one stands under the shelter. A station sign appears for a moment in the dark, but the name is blurred by snow and motion. The train glides through without stopping. As it passes, you see a bench under the shelter with a neat line of snow on its back, and a lantern hanging beside the door of a closed ticket room. Then the platform slips behind you. The brief slowing only makes the onward motion feel softer, as though the train itself were breathing in and out with the land. You become aware, after a while, of a small pleasant hunger. It arrives quietly, without urgency. Perhaps it is the warmth of the train, or the gentle rhythm of travel, or the memory of the hot chocolate in the station waiting room. Whatever the reason, the idea of something warm to eat feels exactly right for this part of the journey. You sit up a little straighter and look around your cabin again. The reading lamp still glows softly. The water glass catches the light. Outside, the snow continues its endless patient fall. You decide, slowly and without disturbing the calm, that you will walk to the dining car. A bowl of soup and a cup of tea would suit the night perfectly. You ease yourself off the bed and place your feet onto the worn carpet. The cabin sways gently beneath you, not enough to unbalance, only enough to remind you that the train is moving through the mountains while you remain safe within it. You smooth the blanket back into place with one hand and reach for your coat, but decide against it. The carriage is warm enough without it. Instead, you open the cabin door and step quietly into the corridor. The light there is a little dimmer than before, and the atmosphere feels even more hushed. Many passengers have settled in for the night. Doors are closed. Lamps glow behind curtains. The whole train seems to be sinking into a deeper kind of quiet. You walk slowly along the corridor, one hand resting lightly against the polished wall whenever the carriage sways. Behind one door, you hear a very soft murmur of voices. Behind another, only silence. A pair of slippers sits neatly outside one cabin, as if someone has already turned in for the night. The brass lamps cast a soft shine over the carpet, and the wood reflects just enough light to make the passage feel warm and calm. Through the occasional window at the end of a corridor section, you catch brief glimpses of snow and darkness rushing gently past. You are aware of the train all around you now, not just as a room, but as a whole moving world carrying many quiet lives through the winter night. At the end of the carriage is a narrow passage between two cars. You open the door and step into it carefully. For a moment, the temperature drops, and you feel a quick breath of cold air. The floor hums beneath you with a deeper vibration here. Metal handrails are cool beneath your fingers, and through the glass on either side you can see the snow-filled dark sweeping by. It lasts only a few steps, and then you open the next door and enter another warm corridor. The shift from cold back into warmth is strangely comforting. It makes the dining car ahead feel even more inviting. Somewhere nearby, you catch the faint scent of fresh bread and black tea, and you know you are close. The dining car is just ahead, and when you step through its doorway, the space opens around you with quiet elegance. It is an old-fashioned carriage, beautifully kept. Dark wooden panels line the walls, polished to a soft glow. Brass fittings shine gently in the light of small shaded lamps. Tables are set with white cloths that lie smooth and clean beneath glass tumblers and neatly folded napkins. Along the center of each table stands a small silver candlestick holding a single candle. The flame is steady, barely moving despite the train's motion. The windows are wide, and beyond them the night drifts past in silver and shadow. The room is not crowded. Only a few travelers sit scattered through the car, each in their own bubble of calm. You choose a seat by the window and settle into the cushioned chair. The fabric is soft and comfortable, and the table before you is set simply but with care. A menu rests beside the candle, printed in neat lettering on thick cream paper. You pick it up and scan the choices slowly, but you already know you want something warm and easy. The train rocks gently as you read. Outside, the forest has returned, with tall pines moving past in dark lines and soft white shapes. The waiter approaches with an easy, almost silent step and places a glass of water on the table. His voice is low and kind when he asks if you have chosen. The moment feels so quiet and natural that speaking almost seems unnecessary. You order a bowl of soup, a piece of fresh bread, and a pot of hot tea with honey. The waiter nods and disappears as quietly as he arrived. You rest your hands on the table and watch the candlelight move over the polished silver and the clear glass. The flame reflects faintly in the window, floating over the dark outline of the pines outside. In another part of the car, a couple sits side by side without speaking, both looking out into the night. Farther down, an older woman folds a napkin neatly beside her empty cup and leans back with her eyes half closed, content just to be here. No one is hurried. No one is loud. The entire dining car feels like a pause held gently in time. When the soup arrives, it comes in a deep white bowl set on a small plate, steam rising in a soft fragrant cloud. Beside it is a slice of bread still warm from the oven, with a small dish of butter that is already beginning to soften. The tea is poured into a simple cup, amber and clear, with a spoonful of honey waiting in a little silver pot. You wrap your hands around the bowl first, enjoying the warmth before even taking a bite. Then you lift the spoon. The soup is smooth and savory, rich without being heavy. It settles through you like warmth itself. Outside the window, snow drifts past the dark pines, and for a while there is nothing to do except eat slowly and listen to the train. The bread is fresh and soft inside, with a thin crust that gives way easily beneath your fingers. You spread a little butter onto it and watch it melt at once into the warmth. Each bite is simple and comforting. The tea warms your hands between spoonfuls of soup. A little honey makes it smooth and soothing, the kind of drink that seems made for winter travel. The candle on your table burns with a quiet glow, and the train sways almost imperceptibly beneath the dining car floor. Every now and then, the forest outside opens into a field or a frozen stream, and the moonlight flashes silver across the glass before the trees return again. You feel settled in the most complete way. As you eat, you begin to notice how deeply content you are. Not excited, not distracted, just quietly content. It is a rarer feeling than people often realize, and perhaps that is why it feels so precious now. You have nowhere else to be. No schedule to check. No decisions to make. The train is carrying you exactly where you need to go. The soup grows a little cooler, but remains perfectly warm enough. The tea releases a soft steam each time you lift the cup. The dining car hums with tiny, peaceful sounds. A spoon touching porcelain. A chair settling back, the gentle music of wheels on rails beneath every other sound. All of it combines into a calm so steady that it almost feels like shelter. Beyond the window, the snowfall thickens. The flakes cross through the lamplight from the train in endless silver lines, then vanish into darkness. For a moment the tracks curve, and you can see the lights of the front carriages ahead, each one glowing warmly through the snow. Then the train straightens again, and only the dark trees and the broad white ground remain. Inside, the candlelight and the soft lamps turn the room into its own world, separate from the winter outside. You eat the last of the bread and take another slow sip of tea. The honey leaves a mild sweetness that lingers pleasantly. The waiter passes once, gives a quiet nod, and moves on without interrupting the peace of your table. A dessert tray glides by at another table, carrying a small tart dusted with sugar, but you do not feel the need for anything more. The soup, the bread, and the tea have given you exactly what the night asked for. You rest your forearms lightly on the table and simply look out into the dark. The pines have given way now to open snowfields once more. Far away, near the edge of sight, a farmhouse lantern burns like a star close to the earth. Then it slips away. The train continues on with the same patient rhythm. In this warm dining car, with its polished wood and candlelit tables, time feels wonderfully soft around the edges, as if the journey were unfolding not in hours, but in breaths. The tea in your cup is still warm. You lift it once more and watch a thin veil of steam rise between you and the window. The candle flickers very slightly as the train rounds another bend, then steadies again. A few tables away, someone turns the page of a newspaper with great care, as though even paper should not disturb the hush. Outside, moonlight gathers on the snow, and the land seems almost luminous in places, glowing faintly beneath the clouds. You sit back in your chair, warm and satisfied, and let the moving night continue around you. The train carries you onward through the mountains, through the silence, through the endless falling snow, while you rest quietly in its gentle heart. After a while, you rise slowly from your chair in the dining car. The warmth of the soup and tea still lingers inside you, spreading through your chest and settling into your limbs. You leave a few coins on the white tablecloth beside your empty cup, and the waiter gives you a small nod of thanks as you pass. The candles on the tables continue to burn with their steady flames, and the other passengers remain in their quiet worlds, gazing out at the snow or resting with eyes half closed. You walk back through the car with unhurried steps, feeling the gentle sway of the train beneath you. The dining car has given you exactly what you needed, and now your cabin waits ahead, warm and still. You pass through the narrow connecting passage between carriages once more, feeling that brief rush of cold air before entering the warmth again. The corridor of your sleeping car is even quieter now than before. More cabin doors are closed, their curtains drawn, their lamps dimmed to soft amber glows behind frosted glass panels. The carpet muffles your footsteps as you walk. Somewhere behind one of the doors, you hear the faint rustle of pages turning, then silence. Behind another, nothing at all. The whole carriage seems to have sunk deeper into the night, settling into rest as naturally as snow settling onto a field. You feel yourself becoming part of that stillness, your thoughts slowing, your body growing heavier with each step closer to your own door. When you reach cabin 7, you turn the brass handle and step inside. Everything is exactly as you left it. The reading lamp glows softly beside the bed. The duvet is still folded where you placed it. The window shows the same endless winter night passing by, trees and snowfields drifting slowly through the dark. But something has changed. The cabin feels even more welcoming now, as if it has been waiting patiently for your return. You close the door behind you and hear the soft click of the latch. The corridor disappears. The world outside becomes a quiet backdrop. All that remains is this small warm room, the rhythm of the wheels below, and the gentle motion of the train carrying you deeper into the mountains and the peace of the long winter night. You do not need to do anything more tonight. That thought arrives gently, like the snow falling outside the window. There is nothing to prepare, nothing to remember, nothing to plan for tomorrow. The train knows its way through the darkness, and the tracks have been laid through all this silence long before you arrived. You sit on the edge of the bed and feel its softness welcome you once again. Your hands rest on your knees for a moment, and you notice how relaxed they are. Your shoulders have dropped. Your breathing has become slow and even without you trying. The warmth of the cabin wraps around you like a blanket even before you pull the real one over your legs. Everything in this moment is exactly as it should be, and you are exactly where you need to be. You reach over and turn the reading lamp to its lowest setting. The amber glow softens even further, casting the cabin in a warm half-light that feels like dusk held gently in place. The polished wood of the walls gleams faintly. The white sheets seem to glow with a quiet invitation. Outside the window, the moon has risen higher, and the snowfields stretch away in silver and shadow. A line of dark trees passes slowly, their branches heavy with white. Then a gap in the forest reveals a frozen lake, perfectly still, reflecting the clouded sky like a great mirror laid flat upon the earth. You watch it glide past without needing to hold on to the image. It is enough to simply see it, let it go, and wait for the next soft wonder the night might bring. The train enters another stretch of forest, and the trees close in on both sides. Their shapes are dark against the snow, rising and falling as the train curves gently through the valley. The rhythm of the wheels continues beneath everything, steady and patient. Click-clack. Click-clack. That sound has become so familiar now that it feels like part of your own breathing. You are no longer listening to it so much as resting inside it, letting it carry you the way the train carries the warm carriages through the cold. The forest outside seems endless and quiet, a world without hurry, without demands. Inside, the lamp glows, the blanket is warm, and your eyelids have begun to feel heavier than they did before. Not tired in a restless way, but tired in the way that belongs to deep and easy rest. You shift your position on the bed, swinging your legs up and stretching out beneath the duvet. The mattress gives softly beneath you, and the pillow cradles your head without effort. You pull the thick cover up to your chest and feel its weight settle over you like a gentle hand. The warmth increases at once, spreading from your center outward, reaching your feet and your shoulders and the backs of your hands. You take a slow breath in and let it go. Then another. The train sways gently, and with each small movement, your body relaxes a little more. Outside, the forest continues to pass. Inside, the soft amber light holds you in its glow. The night has become very still and very kind, and there is nothing left to do now except rest. The window beside you is cool at the edges, but the glass itself has fogged slightly from the warmth of the cabin. Through it, the shapes of trees and snow are softened, as if seen through half-closed eyes. Sometimes the fog clears for a moment and you glimpse a bright patch of moonlit field or the silver curve of a frozen stream. Then the glass clouds again, and the world beyond becomes a gentle blur. You do not need to see it clearly. You do not need to follow every detail. The train is moving through the night, and that is enough. The wheels turn beneath you. The engine hums somewhere far ahead. The carriage holds you steady and warm while the snow falls endlessly outside, covering the land in silence. You are safe here. You are held. A long, low whistle sounds from the front of the train, distant and soft. It echoes through the valley and fades into the dark without urgency. Perhaps the train is passing through a crossing somewhere ahead. Perhaps the driver is simply letting the night know that the train is here, moving gently through its stillness. The sound does not startle you. It feels like part of the journey, like the creak of a ship in a calm harbor or the sigh of wind through trees at the edge of sleep. It rises, fades, and leaves behind only the rhythm of the wheels and the soft breath of the train. You listen to the silence that follows, and the silence feels full, not empty. It is the silence of snow falling on snow, of night resting on night. The moonlight shifts as clouds move slowly across the sky. For a few moments, the light outside dims, and the shapes beyond your window become darker and less distinct. Then the clouds pass, and the moon returns, painting the snow with pale silver once more. A wide field opens beside the tracks, perfectly smooth except for the faint lines where some animal has crossed during the day. In the distance, a single farmhouse sits dark and quiet, no light in any window, its roof white with snow. A thin trail of smoke rises from the chimney, gray against the deep blue sky. Someone is asleep there too, warm inside their own shelter while the winter night holds the world still. The train passes the farmhouse slowly, and then it is gone. You close your eyes for a moment, not because you must, but because it feels right. The darkness behind your eyelids is soft and warm, colored faintly by the amber glow of the lamp nearby. The sounds of the train become clearer when you are not watching the window. The click-clack of the wheels. The faint creak of wood as the carriage shifts. The low hum of motion that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. You let these sounds fill the space where your thoughts used to be. There is no need to think about anything now. No need to remember the day behind you or plan the day ahead. The train is carrying you, and the night is long and kind, and every sound you hear is a gentle reminder that you are safe and moving through the dark. When you open your eyes again, the train is crossing a high bridge over a deep valley. You can see the moonlit slopes falling away on either side, covered in snow and scattered with dark pines. Far below, a frozen river winds between the hills, its surface pale and still. The bridge hums beneath the train with a deeper tone, and the carriage sways very slightly as it crosses. You watch the valley pass beneath you like a scene from a dream, vast and silent and beautiful. Then the bridge ends, and the train returns to solid ground. The familiar rhythm resonates at once, steady and calm. The valley disappears behind you, becoming just another part of the long quiet journey through the mountains. You breathe slowly and let the image fade. The land rises now as the train climbs gently into higher country. The trees outside your window are shorter and more scattered, clinging to rocky slopes dusted with snow. The moonlight is brighter here, with fewer clouds to soften it. You can see far into the distance, where peaks rise dark against the sky, their summits touched with white. The air outside must be very cold, but inside your cabin, the warmth has only deepened. The heating vents release a soft, steady breath of warmth near the floor, and the blanket holds everything in place. You feel as though you are floating through the mountains, carried along by something far larger and older than yourself. The train knows these tracks. The night knows this silence. And you are simply a guest within both. A small station appears ahead, nothing more than a wooden platform and a lamp. The train slows just slightly, as though nodding to the place as it passes. You see the station sign, half covered in snow, the letters unreadable in the dark. A bench sits empty beneath a small shelter. Snow has drifted against its legs. No one waits there. No one steps off the train. The platform slides past your window, and then the lamp falls behind, growing smaller until it is just a tiny point of gold in the dark. Then even that disappears, and the night returns, whole and unbroken. The train picks up its gentle speed again and continues into the mountains, leaving no trace of its passage except the faint sound of wheels fading into the distance. You shift beneath the blanket and feel how deeply your body has relaxed. Your arms are loose at your sides. Your legs feel heavy in the most pleasant way. Your neck and shoulders have released their last small tensions. Even your face has softened, your jaw unclenched, your forehead smooth. The rhythm of the train moves through you now, not just beneath you. Each sway of the carriage feels like being rocked. Each click of the wheels feels like a heartbeat, slow and sure. You are not trying to fall asleep. You are not trying to stay awake. You are simply resting in this space between, where the night holds you gently and the train carries you forward and there is nothing at all that needs to be done. The forest returns, denser than before. The pines here are tall and ancient, their branches heavy with snow that has not been disturbed for days. The train moves through them like a thread of warmth through a world of white and shadow. Sometimes a gap in the trees reveals a small clearing, perfectly round, with moonlight pooling in its center. Sometimes a fallen log lies beside the tracks, its shape softened by snow into something smooth and quiet. You watch these small scenes pass without attachment, letting each one arrive and leave again. The forest is not asking you to remember it. The night is not asking you to stay awake. Everything you see is a gentle offering, given freely and taken back just as gently, leaving only peace behind. Far ahead, the train whistle sounds once more, a low and mournful note that travels through the trees and disappears into the sky. It is answered only by silence. The forest absorbs the sound the way snow absorbs footsteps, turning everything soft and still. You listen to the quiet that follows, and it feels deeper than before. The wheels continue their rhythm beneath you. The lamp continues its amber glow beside the bed. The window continues to show the passing shapes of trees and snow. But everything feels slower now, as though the night itself is settling into sleep, as though the train is not just traveling through the land, but traveling through time, moving you gently away from wakefulness and toward a place of deep and dreamless rest. The trees begin to thin again, and a wide valley opens before the train. The moon shines fully on the snow here, and the land glows silver blue in every direction. A frozen lake stretches across the center of the valley, its surface smooth and perfect. The train follows the edge of the lake for a long time, and you watch the moonlight ripple across the ice, almost as if the water beneath were moving. But it is not. Everything is still. Everything is held in place by the cold and the quiet and the deep patience of winter. A few small islands rise from the lake, covered in snow and bare birch trees. Their branches catch the light like white threads against the dark sky. The scene is so peaceful that it seems to exist outside of time. On the far shore of the lake, a village appears. It is larger than the others you have seen, with perhaps 20 houses clustered together and a church steeple rising above them. A few windows glow faintly, but most are dark. The village looks as though it has been sleeping for hours, settled deeply into the winter night. The train does not stop here either. It curves around the edge of the lake, passes the last of the houses, and continues into the hills beyond. You watch the church steeple grow smaller in your window, a dark shape against the pale sky, until the forest rises again and hides it from view. The village becomes a memory, soft and warm, like something half dreamed and half real. You close your eyes again, and this time they stay closed a little longer. The darkness is comfortable. The sounds of the train are all you need. You hear the steady click-clack of the wheels. You hear the soft creak of the carriage as it sways. You hear the faint whisper of wind against the window, and beneath all of it, you hear something else, something quieter, like the train's own breathing, slow and deep and endlessly patient. You let these sounds hold you. You let the motion rock you. You feel yourself sinking deeper into the mattress, deeper into the warmth, deeper into the soft and steady rhythm of the night. There is no edge between waking and sleeping now. There is only this gentle drifting, this quiet falling, this long slow descent into rest. When you open your eyes once more, the moon has moved across the sky. The angle of light through your window has shifted slightly, casting new shadows across the cabin floor. How long were your eyes closed? It does not matter. Time has become soft and uncertain, measured not in minutes but in the passing of trees and fields and distant lights. The train is still moving, still climbing gently through the mountains. Outside, a new landscape unfolds. The hills here are steeper, the valleys deeper. Cliffs of dark rock rise beside the tracks, their surfaces streaked with snow. A waterfall hangs frozen in place halfway up a cliff face, caught mid-fall by the cold, shining faintly in the moonlight. The world outside is wild and beautiful and perfectly still. The train enters a tunnel without warning. The darkness is sudden and complete, wrapping around the carriage like a held breath. The sound of the wheels changes, echoing off the rock walls, becoming fuller and more enclosed. For a few moments, there is nothing to see but the faint amber reflection of your cabin lamp and the dark glass of the window. Then a distant circle of pale light appears ahead, growing slowly larger. The train moves toward it with the same patient speed, and the darkness begins to lift. The echoes fade. The circle becomes a wide opening in the rock. And then you are through, out into the night again, with the mountains rising around you and the stars now visible through breaks in the clouds above. The sky has begun to clear, and for the first time tonight, you see the full depth of the stars. They fill the spaces between the clouds in brilliant points of white, more than you can count, more than you could ever hope to name. The Milky Way stretches across the center of the sky, a soft river of light that seems close enough to touch. You watch the stars through your window, and the train seems to float beneath them, a small warm vessel moving through an infinite and quiet universe. The mountains no longer feel vast. They feel like companions, standing patiently beneath the same sky, watching the same stars, waiting for the same slow turning of the night toward morning. Everything feels connected and calm. A small cabin appears on a hillside above the tracks, its single window glowing with firelight. Smoke rises from its stone chimney, thin and silver against the stars. You imagine someone inside, sitting by the fire, perhaps reading a book, perhaps simply watching the flames. The train passes below the cabin without stopping, and the warm window slips behind the trees and out of sight, but the image stays with you. It feels like a gift the night has offered, a reminder that warmth and shelter exist everywhere in this world, even in the most remote and silent places. You are not the only one resting tonight. All across the mountains, in cabins and cottages and farmhouses, people are safe and warm, dreaming their own quiet dreams beneath the snow. The train rounds a long curve, and the valley ahead opens wide. The moonlight fills it completely, turning the snow to silver and the frozen streams to ribbons of light. Far in the distance, where the mountains meet the sky, you can see the faint glow of a town, its lights soft and diffused by the cold air. That may be where the train is going. Or perhaps it will pass the town and continue into even higher country. It does not matter to you. The journey itself is the destination. The rest you are finding now is the only arrival you need. The warmth of the cabin, the rhythm of the wheels, the beauty of the passing night. These are all that matter. Tomorrow will come when it comes. For now, there is only this, and this is enough. You pull the blanket a little higher, up to your shoulders now. The weight of it presses gently against you, and the warmth deepens. Your body has grown so heavy that it feels as though you are sinking into the bed, into the train, into the slow current of the night itself. The lamp beside you seems dimmer than before, or perhaps your eyes have simply adjusted to the soft light. Either way, the cabin feels like a small warm cave, a shelter within a shelter, carrying you through the winter dark. You do not need to watch the window anymore. You do not need to listen for the sounds of the train. Everything you need is already here. Everything you need is already holding you. The night will continue without your attention, and you are free to rest. The stars continue to shine above the mountains. The snow continues to fall, gentle and slow. The train continues to move through the long valley, following the silver tracks that wind between the hills and over the frozen streams. Somewhere ahead, the driver watches the way forward with calm and patient eyes. Somewhere behind, the dining car has grown quiet, the candles extinguished, the tables cleared. The whole train has become a sleeping thing, a warm and steady presence in the cold, carrying its passengers through the darkness like a boat on a gentle sea. You are part of that now. You are held within its warmth. You are rocked by its motion. And there is nothing left to do except let go and drift. Your breathing has become very slow. Each breath in takes its time, filling your chest with warmth. Each breath out releases a little more of the day, a little more of the week, a little more of everything you have been carrying. The thoughts that sometimes spin through your mind have grown quiet now. They have settled like snow, covering the ground of your awareness in soft white silence. There is no need to chase them. There is no need to hold on to anything. The train is moving. The night is long, and you are resting more deeply than you have rested in a long time. The journey will go on while you sleep. The mountains will keep their watch. And when morning comes, it will come gently, like sunlight on snow. The moonlight shifts once more as clouds drift slowly across the sky. The shapes in your window become softer, more like dreams than real things. A tree passes, then another, then a field, then a hill. Each one is there for a moment and then gone, replaced by the next, like pages turning in a book you are too tired to read. The story does not need you to follow it. It tells itself in light and shadow and silence, and you are simply listening with your whole body, not your mind. The train rocks gently. The wheels click softly. The night goes on, and you are carried through it like a leaf on a slow river, drifting without effort, floating without weight, moving without moving, held by something larger than yourself. There is a place beyond wakefulness where everything becomes simple, where the body knows what to do without being told, where the mind finally stops reaching and simply rests. You are entering that place now. You can feel it in the heaviness of your limbs, in the softness of your breath, in the way the world outside the window has become a gentle blur. The train is still there, still moving, still warm around you. But you are no longer watching it. You are no longer listening to it. You are inside it now in a way that goes deeper than place. You are part of its rhythm. You are carried by its motion. You are held by its warmth. And all of this will continue through the night, whether you are awake or asleep. The snow falls on. The mountains stand in silence. The stars turn slowly across the sky, tracing their ancient paths through the darkness. Far below, in the valley where the train travels, the silver tracks stretch on, leading through forests and over rivers and past sleeping villages where no one stirs. The train follows them faithfully, never lost, never hurried, never uncertain of the way. And inside the train, inside your cabin, inside the warmth and the stillness and the soft amber light, you are finally letting go. The day has ended. The night has come, and you are resting now, deeply and completely, rocked by the train, held by the dark, carried gently forward through the long winter night toward wherever the morning waits, peaceful and still and full of snow. The train carries you on. The wheels turn beneath you. The snow falls forever outside the window. And you are sleeping now, warm and safe, dreaming of silver mountains and frozen lakes and lanterns glowing in the dark. The night wraps around you like a blanket. The journey continues without end, and somewhere far ahead, beyond the mountains and the valleys and the endless falling snow, the first pale light of dawn is waiting, patient and kind, in no hurry at all. But that is hours away still. Hours and hours of darkness and rest and the gentle motion of the train. So let yourself drift. Let yourself fall. Let the night hold you. Let the train carry you. Let everything go. You are exactly where you need to be. And the snow keeps falling. And the train keeps moving. And you are sleeping deeply, peacefully, completely, through the long and beautiful night.